Hey everybody, welcome back. So today is going to be a quick video on how I maintain my sister locks. Now, as the time of the taping of this video, I have been sister locked now 19 months. 19 months. My installation date was August 29th, 2022, and it is now April 2024. Okay, so this is where we are from August. This is where we are from August 29th, 2022 to April the 7th today, 2024. And sometimes when you look in the mirror every day, sometimes you don't see the growth, sometimes you don't see the change. But then when you put your before next to you, then you're like, oh my goodness, this is 19 months. So today, being that I've been sister locked now for 19 months, I feel that I'm qualified to talk about how I maintain my locks. And to be completely honest with you, over the 19 months that I've had sister locks, I've lost one lock. And one of those locks was like right around the edges. And you know, our edges are gentle. You should be gentle around the edges anyway, and not sensitive, and you know, just how it is around the edges. So I lost one like right up in here, and then I tried to get her to put it back on, but she didn't want to attach it. So the hair that was left, she put it in another lock. And outside of that one edge, I haven't lost any other locks. Thank you, God. So I'm just going to tell you what I've been doing. A lot of it comes from me learning, talking to my loctician. I've had the same person that maintains my locks, which is basically retying them, is the same person that installed them. Now, I did go to one person once in between, and that was a big mistake, and that is actually a video in itself. But anyway, let's talk about what I do to maintain these locks. So I have my list. Number one, washing it regularly. My goal is to wash my hair every 3 weeks. And that just works for me, washing it every 3 weeks. I usually get my reties every 6 weeks. So of course I'm washing it before I get the retie, then washing it 3 weeks later. There is no rule. Some people wash their hair every week, every 2 weeks. Some people don't wash it until they get their retie. So I think you have to see how your hair is and what works for you. Washing it every 3 weeks. My hair does not stink. My hair does not feel like it has a lot of buildup, because I don't put a lot of products in my hair. And I am married, and not one time did my husband roll over and be like, ooh, girl, you need to do something in your hair. Not one time. So 3 weeks works for me. But in between the 3 weeks, you know, I definitely get in the shower and let the water just run through my hair. I just may not shampoo it. So regularly washing, because, you know, you want to clean your hair and clean your scalp. Second, that leads me to oiling your scalp. Now, I oil my scalp. I don't have a regular routine of oiling my scalp, but I oil my scalp whenever I think about it. Definitely at least once a week, maybe twice. It just really depends. No more than twice, because it really doesn't need it. And then I'll put, you know, definitely around my edges, and then I'll put it down the middle and right in there and in the back. And then I just take, you know, my hands and I rub it in. I use a castor oil. The brand that I use now, I will put it in the description below. I actually got it from my husband. I was using the castor oil that I already had, but then I got this oil from my husband because he got a little spot that right in here that we want to grow back. And this particular company, they were on Shark Tank and they have all these reviews, so I bought their oil, and that's what I've been using. And I'll put it on the description, because you can get that oil on Amazon too. Number 3, I either tie my hair down, and even if I don't tie my hair down, I still sleep on a 100% mulberry silk pillowcase. Now, I sleep on that regardless, because the mulberry silk pillowcase is good for your hair and good for your skin. You know, a regular cotton pillowcase is not good for your hair. That's what can add lint to your hair. And in a year, I have never really had any lint in my hair at all. So, you know, the cotton it'll add lint, and then it dries out your skin. And I toss and turn all night. So, you know, my face is rubbing against the pillowcase, and the mulberry silk pillowcase is good for your skin and it's good for your hair. So I don't tie my hair down every night, but why do I tie it down when I'm sleeping on the pillowcase? I tie it down because to me, when I tie my hair down, it makes it last longer between reties, like the less frizziness. And that's what I like. I really don't like a lot of frizz, and I like my locks to still look neat and intact. And for me, tying it down, it just makes it's just less frizz, and it's just, you know, it just lasts longer in between reties for me. But there are some nights where I'm just like, I'm not tying it down and I'm just all, you know, in the bed. But again, I still have my mulberry silk pillowcase protecting my hair whether I do or I don't tie it down. Oh, and when I tie my hair down, I'm still using a scarf, a satin scarf, to protect my hair. Okay, number 4, I maintain my hair with my trusty water mister. In my mister, I have peppermint oil, tea tree oil, and I recently started adding aloe water and distilled water. That's it. When I first got locked, my loctician, she had said put peppermint oil and tea tree oil, and that's what I did since day one, and it's been working. I just added the aloe because sometimes I use a rice water spray, the brand As I Am, from a girl who, she talked about it in the Sister Lock Facebook group, and she added aloe to her rice water. Well, I didn't really want to add aloe to the rice water, so I just put it in my distilled water. I don't know if I see a difference or not, but that's just what's in my rice water. I mean, that's just what's in my water bottle. So do I miss my hair every day? No, I just missed it when I feel like it needs it. If you feel like it's extra dry that day, or you just haven't put any moisture in a while, like say you got in the shower and you didn't let the water run through it, or you got in the shower and your hair was tied up and my hair hadn't got moisture in a couple days, then I'm gonna miss it. If my hair is like stuck to my head in the morning because it's tied up and I want to give it some life, I'll miss it. But also living in Florida, it's humid here anyway, so I feel like my hair always feels like it's moisturized to me. But I'm definitely gonna miss it every other day, sometime every day. And if I do, I'm not missing it to soak, I'm just missing it to bring it back alive, and missing the roots, making sure my scalp is getting some of that good nutrients from that water bottle. Number 5, Braid Band. If you are new to Sister Locks, Braid Band is what you do when you're first locked to protect your locks from coming undone during the washing process. You should braid band until your loctician tells you that you no longer need to braid band, and you just braid, you know, put your rubber band, and then you wash your scalp. If you never braid band when you wash, you run the risk of your locks coming undone from the root, sometimes from the end, because all that friction when you're washing is undoing, especially your new Sister Locks. Do I braid band now? I do not braid band. When I first got my Sister Locks, I did braid band, but I did that for a few, and everybody don't braid band. Some people say I never did, so whatever works for you, but you don't want to run the risk of your locks coming undone, because Sister Locks is not cheap anymore, and you don't have to want to pay another fee to get them reinstalled. So just do the right thing, okay? Do the right thing. But at one point I started braiding and banding when I heard that if you don't braid and band, this is the truth, okay? Truth moment. I read in a Sister Lock group that the ladies that wasn't braiding and banding, they noticed that their Sister Locks swole up. And so they noticed that. And I was like, I want my hair to swell up. I want these little things to get bigger. So I stopped braiding and banding, but then when I did the shampoo, you know, I'll go like this. So be careful not to pull it out. So I was just doing the shampoo, and I would braid and brand every other shampoo, so see if my hair can get thicker. But again, my locks never came undone. I never had any issues with my loctician, and it just worked out. Now, 19 months in, I definitely, I don't braid and band, but I still shampoo the same. You know, I'll do my scalp, but then I won't be like to my hair. I had a shampoo and I'm going down, you know, like that. So I'm not pulling hair out, having extra frizz. That's that. And number 6, you see what I keep doing? What have I been doing this whole video? Touching my hair. It's like addicted. Anybody that has sister locks out there can agree. Like, once you get your, it's like you doing this all day. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But guess what? That's not good to do. They call it hand and hair syndrome, because something about us continuing to do that will change the personality and characteristics of our locks. It can actually take your locks out, and it's just not good to keep rubbing in your hair every day or all the time. So that is something I'm working on. Yes, that's what I'm working on, keeping my hands out my hair. But it's just, so I'm sitting at my desk, I don't know, it's just something about rubbing these locks. But yeah, I'm working on that myself. Retie on schedule. Again, your hair, your rules, what you know your hair, you know how fast it grows, and your loctician should be able to tell you what kind of schedule she thinks that you should come back on. Me, I go every 6 weeks. A couple times I went 7, and I think I could go 7. It just depends on how fast my hair grows in between the sessions. But on an average, I go every 6 weeks. My loctician takes 4 hours to do my reties. And that is a long time based on what I've seen and heard from other people. But I will say one thing I like about her is she takes her time with her comb and parts. She does it in 4 sections, and she takes her time with her comb and parts each thing, and making sure that my grid looks good every time. Like, this is 2 weeks since my last retie. So she just takes her time and makes sure my grid looks good every time. And I really appreciate that. She takes her comb and makes sure the parts, any extra hair that's outside of the lock are growing through in the square, she puts it in there. So I really appreciate that. And if it takes 4 hours, I guess it takes 4 hours. But just try to stay on your sister lock schedule, because the longer you go without your sister locks, you run the risk of your lock falling out, because your hair is growing and that new growth might not be strong enough for the weight of the sister lock. So I would just try to stay on schedule. And right now, a lot of people are getting sister locks. So a lot of people need reties. And your loctician could be booked up when you need an appointment. And then you have to go another week or another week. Me, I was trying, my last retie, I was trying to go 7 weeks because I just had something to do. But the weekend that I wanted to do it, now on her schedule, she's doesn't work every other weekend. So it's like, I gotta go by her schedule, because she has like a calendar where you go in and see her availability. And now she only works every other weekend. So I had to get in where I fit in. And instead of me doing 8 weeks, I did my normal 6 weeks. So try to stick on your schedule, book your appointments early. And yeah, because you don't want any issues. Look. You don't want any issues with your sister lock. This is said a lot in Facebook groups. Don't compare. It's hard not to compare, because when we see people with sister locks, we would like their hair, and we want our hair to look like that. Even when I was a loose natural, you see people with the cute styles, the Bantu knot styles, and you want your hair to look like that. Same thing in the sister lock world. You see all these beautiful girls with their hair so just beautiful. But we have to learn not to compare, because our hair is our hair, their hair is their hair, and our hair is going to do what it's going to do. I've seen so many people that put their day ones in the sister lock group, like, oh my God, I'm just locked, and their hair looks so good on day one. Like, they still got the thickness on day one. And I was like, did y'all see me on day one? So my journey is my journey, and I just have to learn to embrace it every stage of the way. And you just have to learn to embrace yours and enjoy the process. And it's harder said than done, because when I first got my sister locks, I was wearing a hat all the time. But eventually I was like, you know what? This world gonna get me. They gonna get this scalp, okay? They gonna get these little squares. And it is what it is. So embrace the journey and don't compare. A bonus that I was just thinking about is be careful, like, with your edges of always pulling your hair up. I know you want to get it out your face sometimes, especially like me. I work from home and I don't need my hair always in my face in front of the computer. But you have to be conscious about putting your hair up in a ponytail all the time, because what are you doing? You're pulling your edges. And in Facebook groups, women have said that their edges have gotten thinner. They've lost sister locks around the edges, and they're like, well, one of the things that they always doing is pulling their hair up in a ponytail. Now, me, I just try to save those pull-up styles for when I want to go somewhere and just not be too always doing this, to save this for when I want a cute style. But just to be at home always in a ponytail or always pulled up, I don't want to do that to my edges. So I will wear a headband. Let me show you one of my headbands. So I will wear a headband. This is an example of one of my headbands. Cute little headband. Cute little headband. Then I put it back and push a little forward so my edges is not pulled back tight. And then go about my business. Go about my business. So that's a way you can keep your hair out of your face without putting too much strain on the edges. Okay. What else? Moisturize. I really don't put a moisturizer on my hair because I feel like my water moisturizes it with my peppermint oil, my tea tree oil. So I never really feel the need to add a moisturizer. Some people do. There is a sister-like moisturizer that I purchased that sometimes when I do a braid out, I'll put that on there. But you don't even really need that moisturizer for a braid out. If you want to add it, you can. But I don't really add a moisturizer because my hair really never feels dry like that because I treat it. So, but you can add a moisturizer if you feel, but I just never feel the need. Another thing I don't use is conditioner. Now I was told, or I saw another YouTuber say that after a year lock, you can use conditioner. And I didn't know that. I was like, okay, I have conditioner. But ever since I've been locked, I told you don't need it. Don't use it because, it takes the slip out. But now that I feel I'm locked, I don't know if I'll try it. I think I'll talk to my loctician on my next retie and see if she feels that it's okay. My loctician has been locked 4 years and she hasn't used conditioner since she's been locked. But what I do use is the Suave clarifying shampoo. But after I use the clarifying shampoo, because sometimes your hair can feel a little dry, I will follow that up with a moisturizing shampoo. I think it's Shea Moistures. I have to look and see, but it's a moisturizing shampoo, and that brings the softness right back. So basically I do 2 shampoos, Suave clarifying, and then the different brand, the moisturizing shampoo, and I can tell a difference. So like I said, I don't use conditioner. I'm not saying that I never will, but I don't use it. Also, I would like to get your feedback. I'm thinking about coloring my locks. Y'all see this blonde, and if y'all saw my first video, when I first got my locks, my hair was all blonde with just a little black new growth. Now it's all black with the blonde tips. But I was just asking my family, should I go back blonde? Should I get my locks blonde? My husband was like, nope. My kids were like, well, I don't know. So what do y'all think? Should I get my hair dye all the way back blonde, or just leave it as is, or just get more blonde like right here? Like get a little, you know what I mean? What do you think? Well, that's it. I was trying not to make this a long video. Again, thank y'all for coming. Check out my other Sister Lock videos in the playlist, and I will put the products that you can purchase, like if they're on Amazon or something, I'll put them below in the description. And check out my other videos. I got one where I put purple in my hair, the purple hair wax. I got another video where I try them soft rollers. And then go check out my very first video, which is like I was 4 months. You can definitely see the growth from 4 months until now. So happy April, and see you on the next video.